So yeah, you say all the goodness, and then you show me a fucking mock edition of Adam Driver as Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah,
I swear
have
to
many
God,
questions
if he
here.
gets casted, I will fucking kill everyone. I swear.
I see I'm alone in
What
liking
if I get
that.
to them first?
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. You're watching Midweek Geeks. My name's Leo. Yeah, we'll try that again. My name's Leo. I'm the monkey behind the keyboard here. We have an awesome show scheduled for you as always. And with us, Jar Jar.
Hey, I'm here for the awesome show that's scheduled for us, as always.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know when it starts.
All right, fantastic.
So we'll go get a drink until then. Hey, everybody.
Powerful Brennan.
But instead, he showed up on this show. That's what I was gonna say. But hey, everyone out there. Hey, everyone in here, and to everyone at Marvel that may possibly be considering casting Adam Driver as Mr. Fantastic. May you have children just like you, and may your marinara sauce never cling to your pasta.
Kari.
Hey everybody, I'm here tonight to save myself the effort of typing in the comments. So
much appreciated.
Hi.
Much appreciated. Hey, so Adam Driver as Mr. Fantastic. You're not loving it?
It would driver me right away from the movie theater.
Why?
I like Adam Driver. I just don't like the idea of him as Mr. Fantastic. I don't buy it.
What if they cut his hair?
I like the anger.
Or they get pin his ears back while they're fucking at it.
Cut his hair.
Like, listen, I already had to fucking watch this dude mope around in a fucking Disney-owned Star Wars franchise. Do I have to fucking watch him ignore Sue Storm as Mr. Fantastic in a new MCU Fantastic Four movie too?
From what I saw with that rumor, it would be God, what's her name as Sue Storm?
Samara Weaving.
No, they had damn it, the girl playing or the woman playing Harley Quinn.
Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie?
Yeah. Is that the same where you found that rumor from, Leo?
Yeah, and there's a female thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard about
this
that.
This was an April Fool's article.
Probably not.
It's not. It wasn't an April Fool's article, Yo-Yo. It was a grossly misinformed and speculative article, is what it was. So not really an article, so much as it was just fucking hot goss. That's it.
You mean an article based on what somebody said, like, in jest or something like that? Or
sources say, who's your source? My sources, trust me, bro. Oh, okay, yeah, that's good enough for me.
Well, I
know a guy.
I'm just waiting for the article to start saying about Chris Pratt being Batman, because
there already was like a joke thing about that earlier today.
Well, James
Jensen Ackles.
Well, it was James Gunn and Chris Pratt were doing a interview, and the interviewer asked Chris Pratt, "Hey, has James Gunn given you your DC character yet?" And James Gunn says, he keeps on asking for Batwoman, but it's not happening.
That's funny.
And he said, "No, but I'm going to be Batman," and he started doing Batman in a Mickey Mouse voice. And yeah.
Oh, that's easy.
I am vengeance. I am the night.
Gonna have to
Fear
find
me.
that.
Seek justice.
So yeah,
That'd be
I can just
impressive.
imagine the articles, next week. Chris Pratt as Batman. Prattman.
I think if Chris Pratt were gonna play anybody, he'd actually be a good Rip Hunter.
Ooh, time.
Well, I thought he was going to be Crypto.
What?
There was an
dog?
article. Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would anybody need to be Crypto? Like, wouldn't Crypto just be a dog?
I don't know.
They're gonna have them talk.
Once again, I have to say, like, people are fucking stupid, and I hate them.
Are we talking about like some kind of animated movie though? I mean,
Oh,
No,
maybe.
the article I saw is Superman Legacy. Chris Pratt as Crypto.
Okay,
Oh, come on.
Leo.
is this going to be like
Leo,
Benjamin Cumberbatch as
you
Smog?
keep saying-
motion
you keep
capture
saying
for a dog.
The article I saw. How about this one? Tell us where you're reading this, not just Antarctica.
We got this covered.
Oh,
Maybe bounding into comics. I don't know. Hold on.
what? No.
It's on Reddit. And,
I love it. It's one of them
Bounding
days.
into comics, really?
No. Okay, so comicbook.com, Superman Legacy director James Gunn and Chris Pratt just teased Crypto's live action debut.
Really?
James Gunn confirmed Jimmy Olsen was going to end up appearing in Superman Legacy.
Well, he's too old to be
Filmmaker
Jimmy
seemingly
Olsen.
confirmed another beloved supporting character as the last son of Krypton will be appearing in the upcoming blockbuster. Blah blah blah. And Chris Pratt in support of Guardian. Let's see.
What about Chris Pratt as Perry White?
Yeah, and it says Gunn joked that he wanted to cast Chris Pratt as Crypto.
Yes. There's the
Okay.
key phrase right
Joked.
there. Gun joked. Leo, gun joked. Oh,
And
the
Leo took
article
it
I
and
read.
ran with it.
No. Leo, you're misrepresenting in part of what we do. No, I don't think it's funny, actually.
No.
I fight misinformation. We don't do that here. But you're not saying joked. You're saying in the article I read, and you're not really saying it tongue in cheek.
You couldn't take that from my tone of voice.
No, because your tone of voice stays the same. Leo, monotone pond.
I was trying to sound ironically, or ironic,
Leo, I sound like I snorted a Xanax before the show pond. Hey everyone, I've just watched my episodes of Bob Ross and having my hibiscus tea right before the episode started. And just to let you know, I read in an article that Chris Pratt is going to be playing Crypto in Superman Legacy. Are you serious? No, you can clearly tell by the tone of my voice that I'm joking. Oh, can I? Is that a thing?
It should be.
I kid. You can tell by the tone of my voice, right?
Okay, so who saw Guardians?
I did.
You did.
Not
Anybody
yet,
else?
but it
Tomorrow.
was on the list.
Yeah.
It's
Kari-
really good.
Yeah.
It's I will say this for all the naysayers against James Gunn as a filmmaker, one of the things they've liked to say for a while now is like, oh, he can't ever let emotional moments land without making a joke to undercut it. And that is abundantly not the case with this movie. There is no undercutting humor. There is plenty of humor, but plenty of heart and emotion throughout as well. And I think it was executed flawlessly. And not for nothing, but Marvel is really losing a valuable resource in James Gunn after this movie. He had made mention recently that he was working on planning out like all the cosmic stuff for Marvel, for the MCU, and that all came to a bit of a halt once he was fired from Volume 3, and he eventually ended up becoming the co-CEO of DC Studios. So MCU's loss is DCU's gain, and from what I saw with the characterization and just overall execution of this script, we're in for some good stuff, I think, coming from DC Studios in the near future. So, stick that in your back pocket. Feel free to double check it when you see this movie. I will say, if you're an animal lover, especially if you're an animal lover, like pack a couple extra tissues with you when you go to see the movie. No, not like you're not gonna see like a fucking puppy kicked into the road in front of a speeding truck, but the High Evolutionary is a dick. I'll put it that way. So prepare yourself as emotionally as possible.
Will do. I plan to see it soon. Just need to find a time, which is.
Happy anniversary, by the way, Leo.
Oh, thank you.
Almost forgot to say it.
Much appreciated.
Had a whole few hours to do it in, so got it covered now.
Well, thank you. We took a little drive, took a nice walk, got Paul's pasta for dinner, which is friggin' amazing. And just
I had some of that.
You did?
Paul's pasta, yeah. I stopped by and bought it when I was in Connecticut.
Yeah, I remember that. And what did you? I forgot what you got.
Alfredo.
Okay.
Like fettuccine Alfredo or something like
pasta,
that.
I bet.
Yeah, it was a pasta of some kind, I think.
Yeah.
It was good.
Balls.
It was good. I mean, I had to take it and drive it back to Brockton, Massachusetts, so it was, in my car for an hour and a half, but reheated fine. It's not like it was stuck in a fridge for a day or whatever. But
yeah, even next day their food's really good.
It was good. It was really good. My wife's like, "Oh my god, that was really great," and I was like, "I hope you fucking enjoyed it, because I'm not driving down to Connecticut anytime soon to especially just bring back pasta. Like, if you want pasta that bad, I'll buy Prince fucking spaghetti and just make sauce at home. I don't care. Like, I'm not taking that ride."
Leo delivers, right, Leo?
No.
No. Come on, man.
I was like, that is not
no.
the services I offer, sorry.
Yeah. I was thinking of making a trip up to Massachusetts, so just for BTs, but that's again.
I don't know what do you BTs?
Yeah, BT Smokehouse.
Sure.
Chicken place. They also have a chicken place in
So
Worcester.
like there's what, 3 of us here in Massachusetts, and like before Leo just said those 2 letters together in reference to obviously some kind of eatery, who here had ever heard of that eatery? Raise your hand. Yo, put your hand down. I'm only saying that because what you're doing is devastating to my case.
I forgot what magazine rated it, but it was like rated like top 25 barbecue place on the East Coast.
And it's in Massachusetts. Huh?
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay was filming near there, and somebody got him that for like lunch, and he ordered them to like go back and get like one of everything. It's friggin' amazing.
Go back and get me one of everything, you fucker.
Stupid sandwich.
What are you? I'm an idiot sandwich. Yes, an idiot sandwich.
I have on my Echo.
What's their location?
Doing all that.
What's that, you?
For some odd reason, the Worcester location keeps having cars drive into it. I don't know if they just really want
Oh.
the chicken or that's happened
Either
multiple
that or
times.
That goddamn coyote keeps painting tunnels on the side.
Meep.
So, Kari, you dropped a couple news items in my chat.
Oh yeah. So I'm kind of more horror than anything else as far as my geekdoms go with. But the first thing I was doing a little reading today that I saw is that, and this isn't quite horror yet, but Mystery Science Theater 3000 has a new thing going on with the Gizmoplex, and I guess it's been going on for a little bit, but it's a new platform to watch them on. And I think I sent you something about them, but if you a picture or something, it's just gizmoplex.com, and you can go there, and for a free account you can stream anything that's been up for the past 10 years, and if you want to spend past then, you can subscribe to get some extra goodies, or to get free, like not free, but pay for it and then have a week to watch it, live performances that they do on some of their stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool. I haven't had a chance to watch it for a long time, so I'm kind of probably going to go and make my free account and catch up on some of those, because it's always fun. So there's that.
Let's go and watch Mitchell. Oh man, if that's John Saxon, I'm screwed.
I haven't watched Mystery. It's MSTK.
MST3K.
Yeah.
I always love it. I can't do it.
Probably like since I was a teenager. Like, yeah, they have all new characters on there. I don't even know who half those people are.
Felicia Day's on there now.
Actually, what's his name was running it?
Mike Nelson.
I think so.
It would be the second guy. Because before that, it was Joel. No?
Yeah,
anyway.
Joel Hodgson is doing that.
Yeah, Joel Hodgson, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see MST3K, the movie, Jeremy?
No.
Oh, you should check it out. It's a real treat. They do This Island Earth.
I only caught always like really bad old movies, and they were really great.
Yeah,
like,
you literally just described MST3K.
Oh no, I was just saying I never caught the actual movie of it. I didn't know there was an actual movie, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. It was one of those ones where I saw it because it was on Stars on cable when I was in junior high, and like just at the end of junior high, and I recorded it, and it was for me, like at that point in time, it was like a real high water mark, because it was, they really focused on solid jokes, and because it was Universal who was making the movie, making MST3K the movie, they said they gave them like their vault, and they picked This Island Earth, which is like a classic sci-fi, and it does have like quite a few fans. And it's more well known, but it is absolutely fucking stupid. But there are legitimate fans of it. Like, people love the mutants from Metaluna. It's a real thing. Like, and they really skewered the hell out of the movie, and there's a lot of jokes from that flick that to this day, like I still just say on a regular basis, mostly to make myself laugh, but you know, it usually works.
It does look like actually Joel Hodgson is back. They got rid of the. He returned to Kickstarter, funding new episodes designed to run on this Gizmoplex, severing the chains of creative interference so that he could produce new episodes. And they tried to do a touring live show right when the pandemic hit, so that didn't work out so well. Yeah, so that's part of the other thing where they were trying to do the live shows, and you can see them there now. The next thing I just saw, they have confirmation now with.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna ask, are they still doing regular just television shows with the MST 3K? Yeah.
No.
No? Oh, that's too bad.
It was on Netflix again for a little while, and that ended. It was with Jonah Ray.
There will be some special content coming up, but I think that's more of what you're going to get there.
I think the teenager would probably get a kick out of that stuff.
I mean, like I said, you don't need a subscription to get a chance to see all the old stuff that's been up, so it'll be fun. Next thing I saw was Beetlejuice has now announced their release date for Beetlejuice 2. Oh. It's going to be on September 6th, 2024. It's supposed to go before the cameras in London starting today. And somebody had also mentioned that there is a production base camp setting up in New Jersey currently. And they have confirmed Michael Keaton and Jenna Ortega, who is probably coming on partially because Miles Millar, is it? Who wrote Wednesday, is one of the writers for this too. So they have that connection already going. And I know that you talked about that and you're just like, ugh. But
I just think she's a talented actress, and
she's definitely getting typecasted.
She's getting pigeonholed. Yeah. It's that simple. And quite frankly, the fact that Alfred Goff and Miles Miller are working on this does not inspire a lot of confidence in me at all. Because I did not like Wednesday remotely. I thought it was fucking horrendous. And I'm honestly not that impressed with all of their other projects. I don't think Shanghai Noon was that great a movie. I don't, Leo. I'm sorry. And I honestly, I am not super impressed. And I'm not saying that to make a pun. Like, I am still really sore about Smallville.
Oh, really? What?
Yeah.
What season? All of it?
1 through 10, mostly.
Oh.
Here's the thing. I don't mind that they were doing what they did, but like, it should have ended by like season 6 at the longest.
Yeah. And they kind of stretched that out as long as possible.
And the fact that
they threw in a lot of villains they didn't need to.
Well, no, there was no payoff.
Yeah.
There was no payoff whatsoever. You know, the promise of doing inherent in doing a project like that is eventually, even if it's for just a couple of seconds, you are going to see that person become Superman. And once you see them fully realize the Superman, that's when the show ends. That makes perfect sense. The closest we get is Tom Welling running towards the screen, ripping his shirt open. And that's it. After a decade.
Isn't there like a blur, you know? I thought there was like a blur in the sky.
Okay, is that literally what I just described, though, Leo? No. What I said was you get a couple of seconds where you actually see them fully realize the Superman, and then show ends. Like, that is a reasonable expectation for an audience to have when you promise them a project like that. You say, like, hey, this is going to cover his whole thing leading up to him becoming Superman. So therefore, logically, the show ends when what? He becomes Superman. And we didn't get the full realization of that. But also, their shtick is always, let's give a secret origin or over-explain the origin of characters. Shanghai Noon was that. By the end of the movie, it ends up being an origin story for Wyatt Earp, because that's who Roy really is. Wednesday, it's the secret origin of Gomez and Morticia's marriage and how Wednesday suddenly has fucking superpowers. It just flies. In that show in particular, they changed the whole idea and conceit of the Addams Family. They're supposed to be weird and creepy and ooky and kooky, yes, but they are also supposed to exist within the world that we know. And that's where the fun lies, because their whole thing is like, no, we like it here. Like, we're part of everything. We are who we are. And Gomez and Morticia, the original Addams family, like going all the way back to Charles Addams and even through Barry Sonnenfeld's movies, would never in a million years pull either one of their kids from a school for all of the kids in the community that they are part of. They would never purposely separate themselves like that. And to all of a sudden have this fucking Miss Peregrine's School for Peculiar Children pop up in this show, I'm good. I'm so fucking good with it. And I love horror. I love creepy stuff. I love all of it. But I like it when it's done well. I do not think that was done well. I think Jenna Ortega was good. Don't get me wrong. I think she is, like I said, she's very talented. I didn't really have any problem with the performances in it, other than Catherine Zeta-Jones, because I just don't get it. Like, that woman has zero energy. She may as well have been a vampire on that, because she was sucking the life out of every scene she was in. But honestly, like, it just changed so much of it, and that is all Alfred Gough and Miles Miller, and the fact that they're now working on a sequel to Beetlejuice that, like, let's be real, like,
Let it die.
we hope it's good, but
I fear after
will
this
it be?
one.
Yeah, I mean,
they've
been talking about doing this. They've been
20
talking about
years
doing
ago.
this for years. The sequel was always going to be Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian, you know. And I don't know. Like, I want it to be good, but I love the first movie, and I don't know, man. I feel like we're just probably going to end up in a copy and paste scenario a bit with the first movie, because Beetlejuice is going to show up and try to wrangle Jenna
New
Ortega's
family.
character into the same type of situation that he did with Lydia in the first movie.
Oh God, I hope it doesn't end up being like that's Lydia and Beetlejuice's kid, that we missed out on something from behind the scenes, because that would be a really fucking weird origin story.
I was thinking just more along the lines of, like, they're just gonna have him show up and try to marry Jenna Ortega's character the same way he did in the first movie with Winona Ryder's. Like, oh, cool, yeah. I could just watch the first movie again. Like, thanks for that, guys. And who's supposed to be directing it? Do we know?
Is it
Tim Burton?
Yeah.
Oh, it is Tim Burton. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
think we'll get a musical scene?
I don't know. I mean, you got to remember, that was actually cleverly written into the script, because Harry Belafonte was music that Adam really enjoyed, and he was listening to it even before he died. So if you're going to work in music like that, how are you going to do it? Like, you're going to have other ghosts show up now wherever it is Lydia's living? I don't know. It's
maybe Lydia and her husband crash this time, die somehow. I do think that it's probably going to be a lot of a rehash of the first one.
Maybe,
and this is Jenny, little Ortega is going to be their daughter, and trying to get them back.
What was that? Yeah,
I thought it was already confirmed that she's Winona Ryder's daughter.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's I'm looking at it right now as the daughter of Ryder's character, and Justin Theroux in a yet to be revealed role. All right,
stuff.
Well, the son of Beetlejuice.
I mean, honestly, that would have probably been a little bit more interesting, just because, I mean, less of a chance of it just being a rehash. And they literally could have named it that, and it would have harkened back to the 50s and 60s schlockfest that Tim Burton loves. Son of Beetlejuice. But then, of course, you run into a whole Son of the Mask scenario.
Yeah. Oh, God. Jamie Kennedy.
Yes. The less we think of that, the better.
Well, in other sequel news, we got the trailer for the Meg 2.
You know,
That's a
the
dinosaur.
first one actually scared me. And are they doing a dinosaur? Like, what's going on? I mean, it is a
Call him out and see him.
That was great.
Wow, it's as big.
No,
as
sir, that is a dinosaur. He has the tiny vestigial arms and everything. I see it.
It walks on land.
I know.
Shark bait. Ooh-ha.
So apparently, I think, was there a Meg 2 book?
What?
I didn't even know there was a Meg 1 book.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, the Meg was originally a book. I believe the dinosaur flashback scene was originally in the book.
Oh, you guys with this live action Finding Nemo is really intense for me, man. I don't know.
This looks absolutely goofy. It's
Deep
gonna be
water
Because
so
the
long,
first-
excited about
freaks
it.
me out.
The first one was a cinematic masterpiece.
This first one was pretty
Citizen
good.
Kane.
Stuff out in the water always freaks me out. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't really do like deep water stuff because of the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm just skeeved out by it.
I live in
like to take
Nebraska.
cruises and stuff.
There is no ocean.
So,
Yeah, that's fair.
so I'm assuming nobody saw the trailer.
No.
I watched Patsy's
just watched
review of
it
it
now.
actually for Throwback Thursday.
There's a scene. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah.
Is Cthulhu in it?
No,
Cthulhu. Oh my goodness, it's Yog Sothoth.
Oh
riding
my
a
god,
jet ski-
he's got a samurai sword.
Yeah.
Oh god.
This is gonna be awesome.
The trench.
Yeah.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water.
I enjoyed the first one. I totally highly recommend watching it. You know, it's definitely
They made this movie
That's
and
one
they
with the little kid, right? They're on the underwater station. Yeah. Okay.
Why do they always take little kids to places with dinosaurs and creepy shit? I mean,
Parents.
Because
look,
they're
it's
trying their
education
best
that can
to-
eat you.
They're
They're
all,
trying their best to lose their kid in a tragic way. They just keep failing at it.
I fucking hate Jurassic Park.
I've had to watch every single.
hated
one of
his
them because
grandkids.
My mother loves them.
I remember seeing the first Jurassic Park in the movie theater
Same here.
with two friends of mine. And when we walked out of the theater, they were so excited to go in and see it to begin with. And they were like, come on, let's go see Jurassic Park. And I was like, okay, sure, why not? Let's go watch the dinosaur movie. And we watched it. And when we walked out, they were like, that was insane. That was so fucking great. Oh my God. What'd you think? And I was like, man, there's going to be so many other movies with much better special effects now. This is incredible. And they're like, but what did you think about this movie? And I'm like, I feel like I just told you what I think about this movie. Is there's going to be so many other movies that have better special effects now. That was my takeaway as like a 12, 13-year-old kid. Like, I don't want to say I was jaded that early on, but dinosaurs were just something that never interested me. So me being forced to go see that movie because I was like outvoted by my friends, I had nothing to do but sit there and watch it like academically because I wasn't invested in it. Like, I watched the movie and I saw everything that was happening and I was like, oh, all right, sure. Like, first and foremost, like, what little I did know about dinosaurs, even at that point in time, like, they had already been saying that dinosaurs were far more like birds than we had thought, even at that point. And the little bit I did know, I'm like, oh, so they were more like ostriches than some of the stuff that we see. And when they're like, oh, we just like tweaked a little bit of their DNA with this kind of stuff, and I'm like, looking at the dinosaurs, thinking about the couple of like specials I had seen and how other little pinheads that I used to go to school with were obsessed with all this shit. And I was like, I feel like this old dude had his scientists do more than just add frog DNA. I'm pretty sure they just made these things look like what they think dinosaurs look like. And for me, I was like, there's your problem. That's why all of this went wacky. It wasn't one little thing. It was the whole kit and caboodle. And my friends Chris and Andy were like, no, you're wrong. And I was like, I mean, or I could be right. You can't prove it either way. It's fake. And, this is like 13-year-old film and comic nerd Brandon talking with his buddies, and by the end of it, I was just like, well, at least it's over, like no more Jurassic Park. We've gotten that out of our system. More the fool fucking eye, huh, gang? Little did I know.
Those of us who are fans wish they stopped at one.
Listen, I'm not a fan, and I wish they stopped at one.
Well, I mean, 2 and 3 weren't that bad.
Oh, I thought
really?
2 was ridiculous.
3?
3 was like,
buddy, Leo. Unfortunately, I have.
It's like I can't even justify 2.
I have seen 2 and 3. Like those are the last Jurassic Park movies that I saw. I did not watch any of the Jurassic World movies. I had no desire. Mostly because I had seen Jurassic Park. I think I get it. Okay. But when I got to the end of 3, I was like, well, this was just an absolute abysmal waste of time and never again. I think the closest I got to Jurassic Park, even in that era, like right afterwards, was like, I think I maybe had to play the Super Nintendo game because there was like nothing else at my like mother's friend's house that her kid had like for Super Nintendo. I'm like, okay, I'll play this video game. Give me the Game Genie so I can beat it in an hour. Like that was the extent of it for me. And I rolled my eyes back so hard that I almost saw my own brain when The Lost World came out, because I swear to God, they were like this close to having Ian Malcolm say, "You crazy sons of bitches, you did it again." Like I feel like they wanted to do that so badly.
I didn't see the last one, but the second Jurassic World was it was sad.
It was a movie.
I mean, killing off all the dinosaurs. You had that lone.
no, it was actually,
I mean, it's not the first time it's happened, right?
What's that, Kari?
Was that the one with the blood transfusion? Because I don't want to give away the main plot point in it, but
that was the one where.
Hold on, are you guys fucking with me? Because it just sounds like you're describing She-Hulk's origin at this point. All right.
No. They had to give Blue, the raptor, since they made the new dinosaur that was made up of like everything in the.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's like,
see, I really like the movie my brain is making right now.
Camouflages and stuff. And they're like, okay, we have to go to the big badass dinosaur and get some of his blood because they used some of Blue's bloods in it. And I'm like, you need Steve there with your thinking, thinking chair so you can figure it all out. But it had the little girl that was like always talking to her grandpa, but he didn't have a granddaughter. Yeah. I've had to sit through all of them. I don't know the orders that they go in. I don't know much about it. But
are there ghosts in this movie? Hold on, what the fuck is happening?
What?
They came out of the baseball field.
Because I've never been more intrigued by this flick button at this point. Like now, I'm like kind of on board. I'm like, what the fuck is happening in this movie? If this is like a Jurassic Park 13 ghost situation, I'm fucking in. Like,
that would be fun, actually. No, think about it, Brandon. He does a lot of cloning, and
somehow Palpatine returned. It all makes sense now. They filled in the rest of his DNA with frog DNA.
They cloned baby Blue,
See, and the funny thing is I know you said Blue in like a raptor, and I'm fairly certain just from like preview stuff that I can surmise that Blue is like one of the raptors that Chris Pratt had like kind of a special connection to. Yeah,
it was the blue one.
That tracks then. But like my brain, in my having a 14-year younger sibling, immediately jumped to an adorable clue-finding puppy on a children's television show. So you're like, with Blue and the blood transfusion, I'm like, man, this dog is adventurous.
He skidooed like fuck to get over there, man.
We just figured out Blue's Clues. I'm
I
down.
I know it's CGI, but when they're like destroying the island and they're trying to get the dinosaurs off the island, and you had that lone, brontosaurus like at the dock. Oh my god, my heart broke right there.
Wicked sad.
Yeah, I know it's CGI, but it's still you feel for the fake dinosaur.
Feel for the pixels. You really feel for the pixels.
Let me rephrase that for you slightly, and not even in terminology involving special effects for movies. You really feel for that abomination of science that shouldn't exist whatsoever. Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah. No, firebomb that shit. Firebomb that shit like it's a coastal town at the end of Outbreak. All right, fuck that noise.
Hey, if you saw a baby in the 80s, then
that was a great movie.
We still have brontosauruses around. They're just hidden in the.
I would be in a fucking jet over that island, about to slap a giant red button, and turn to like the guy next to me, like, "Hey, do you know what barbecued dinosaur meat smells like? No. You're about to find out. There you go. You'll finally get a chance to see what those brontosaurus ribs that Fred Flintstone was ordering at the drive-thru was all about."
Bronto burgers. This got dark. This got real dark.
Down, Dino.
Speaking of dark. So.
Hey, Bond.
So for all you guys over there,
I think is this it? Is that what you're about to bring up?
Yeah. So how far away, I don't know, is Perryopolis, Pennsylvania from you guys? Because it's half the world, it seems, from me.
That would be like probably 8 to 10 hours away at the least, I would say.
Okay, so it's probably like halfway between us then. But you can now go and visit Chris Rowan, who owns Perryopolis.
Perryopolis.
The rural part.
You can now go tour the Silence of the Lambs house where Buffalo Bill was. And it's $69 a night, but they've made all these really fun little. So he's just totally cashing in on it. There's $69 for a tour, but you can also book rooms, and they have the Clarice room, the Buffalo Bill room, and
is there a hole?
The Lecter room. but they do weird shit. Yes. Okay, that was the cool thing. I sent Leo pictures of it. Tom Savini designed the hole. And it's only 4 feet deep, so you can't actually fall down and die, but you can see on there they kind of are cheesing it up a little bit. Like they have a Dr. Lecter standing in there, which never happened. But they have
Why are there tigers there?
They have a 4 foot deep hole, so you can take pictures looking up and looking down with the dog, a stuffed one, a bucket, and a hose. And this just cracked me the hell up when I saw this. I was like, I'd love
to. I'd be like, can I just answer your door for the next person that shows up, please?
And
just the next time, like, just open the door and just don't even give them a chance to say anything. Like I'm answering a question or just in conversation, like, say, was she a very big fan person? Just, I wish I could help more, but I just really don't know anything.
Yeah, there's the hole there, and there's Tom Savini being like, "Look, I got dragged into this monstrosity."
I wonder how many people they've had to kick out for tucking their sack back and dancing in front of a mirror.
Oh my god! So,
I'd fuck me hard.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me so hard.
Actually, that package costs $200.
Answer the door like that. Fucking dancing the. What the fuck is the name of the song? Like fucking Urban Cowboy or some shit like that.
Serious quote from the article about it. The interactive wall set complements Buffalo Bill's workshop of horrors, also located in the basement of the house, where Rowan, who is an art director and prop stylist by profession, has recreated the famous Buffalo Bill's dance set from the film, complete with a vintage Singer sewing machine, disco ball, 4 female mannequins dressed to resemble the ones in the movie, as well as a full-length mirror and Buffalo Bill style kimono for guests' use, designed to help
Oh my
fans
God.
get their tuck on while they live out their Buffalo Bill
That
fantasies.
is a package.
To truly set the mood, Goodbye Horses, the haunting song that plays during the famous
Goodbye
Buffalo Bill dance scene, goes on autoplay as folks enter the basement. And then they added an arcade too. So I just
Oh,
this
and
is
an
something that I
arcade.
couldn't- Yeah.
So
You
whimsical.
go up-
Where's Dad? Oh, he's tucking. Don't worry. Go play Mortal Kombat.
You
Why
can
does
get
Dad
your
keep
tuck
asking
on
if his
there.
reflection would fuck him? I don't understand it. Wow.
So yeah,
that is...
spending the night costs between about $500 to $900 a night. But you can get special packages.
You
and
get night
discounts
vision
depending on
goggles.
what you do.
Insanely
But
ridiculous.
it's $70 for a tour. So yeah, that was something I just couldn't not put in your brains.
That is
After
so
I saw
much money
it.
for a night in
Yeah.
such a place. Wow.
Again,
Yeah.
you
That
get
is-
night vision goggles though.
Get to go
I
around
mean, if there are
and tour.
people paying it, then good on the guy that's doing the thing. Good on him, because I mean, he found his niche, and he is taking care of business.
Oh, yeah. Now, does everybody have to share the same kimono, or do you get to keep
I
the
was thinking that too.
kimono?
Like, oh, you done with the kimono? Good, because I want to put it on so I can
Yeah.
do my thing now. Like,
My turn. Like, what?
I gotta get my tuck on. I don't have to get a tuck on. I'm lucky.
I mean, like,
No, I'd be in the
there are
hole.
a lot of people that were concerned about getting the vaccine going to this thing, because it doesn't sound like it. If that's the case, like, hey, you want it here? I'm not using the kimono. You can have it now. Oh, thanks, man. Cool.
Song's still
I
playing.
didn't get you anything. It's on a loop. If you stand there long enough, you feel like you're losing your mind, but then it comes back around on you. It's great. Wonderful.
Those were my
What?
gifts for you for tonight.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. So, any other geeky things to talk about, Leo?
I think there was a site for exploring the Starship Enterprise. I don't know if you saw about that.
The website?
You can do like a virtual tour of the Enterprise.
Yes, I did
From
see
all
that.
the different versions of it.
Through all the different cabins and such? That's interesting.
Take an immersive tour through Enterprise D.
My bad.
Enterprise D's nuts. Sorry, I'm very juvenile right now. I apologize.
Come on, leave me alone.
Picard. This is not a spoiler by any stretch, but Amanda Plummer does show up in the 3rd season of Star Trek Picard, and she is, I'm pretty sure, the first person I've ever heard actually say his name with the proper French pronunciation. She doesn't ever call him Picard. She calls him Picard.
God, we needed you the other night when we were sitting around.
I feel like everybody needs me every night. That's why I have I Need a Hero by Bonnie Tyler constantly playing in my head. Like, I've literally walked into rooms where my wife is sitting by herself, and I'm like, did you just say you need a hero, or is that still just the theme music?
I can't even remember what we were talking about, but it was just like, yeah, the movie with the guy who played Picard. So Picard was in it, and what were we talking about, Shireen? It was
no
like
idea
last week,
on
so
the
it just
movie.
kept bouncing around to
Dune, probably, I think.
Oh yeah, we couldn't remember which. We were trying to figure out which episode of Dune which version of Dune he'd seen, and it was like, did it have a Picard or?
Oh
or
Yeah, I totally screwed up. On
Nobody
the
knew
actor
any
who
name.
played,
Did it have Kyle
Eric.
MacLachlan from Twin Peaks? Did it
Yeah, but
have like 5 other people from Twin Peaks?
There were just like 3 or 4 names that just kept coming, but it was just like the
Was
actor,
Miguel
the
Ferrer in it?
character's name.
Yeah, the whole episode was we can't remember the name, but they were in this movie.
Oh yeah, no,
Yes.
it definitely sounds
Yeah.
like that was a
That
job for
guy.
Brendan, man.
Yeah. That other
Where
guy who
were
was with
you?
him, you know, he drove the car.
The guy who was in the thing with that other guy who did that
Yeah.
other thing. Oh
one.
yeah, that guy. I get it.
Uh,
So what do you got next for us there, Leo?
Good times. That was the best. Remember that?
let's see. The new Rise of the Beast trailer came out.
Yeah,
The new one.
Yep, I saw that in the theater. Yeah, I saw it in the theater, and yeah, I'm if I were like that into Transformers, I'd be the luckiest guy. But
I haven't been that into the movies and since I think the first or second one. I did like Dark Side of the Moon, or what was that?
yeah, I think it was, or was it Dark of the Moon?
All I remember is being on a date, seeing one of them, and finding out that Michael Jackson died. That's it. That's
Oh wow, in the movie.
Shia LaBeouf just told us. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was very, very topical.
No, yeah, absolutely in the movie, Jeremy. It was at that moment that
Sorry.
that Yo-Yo realized that fucking Moonwalker wasn't actually a prequel to Transformers. My
Breaking
God.
news.
This just in.
Well,
Let's
he
hang up
did
on-
turn into a robot in the video game, right?
I think he
Yeah,
did in the
he did.
Sega Genesis
The
game.
Sega
yeah.
Genesis game, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've been actually trying to get the treasury size comic book of that. It's pretty expensive though. It's a pain in the ass.
you should probably just give up then.
Oh no.
It's hard, man. Just give up.
I set myself a budget and I will hunt until I get it at my price point or lower.
You know, I completely understand, man. I lucked out because when I bought Booster Gold a couple months ago, Booster Gold #1,
Mm.
I was looking all over and it was, graded by the CGC, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, these prices are astronomical. And then I found a CGC graded copy, and let me see here. Hold on. Oh, move my things away from it. Yeah.
It's broken.
So 9.6.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I ended up getting it for $250.
That's very
Listen to
nice.
auction guy over here. Oh.
Oh.
Oh my. Yeah, it's so I was like I was actually like doing a show with Leo and Justin, recording a podcast when I bought it. And I was like, fuck it, I bought it, guys. I got it. It's recorded. It's somewhere there. And I was just like, after a while, a few minutes after talking about it, I was like, you know what, that is too good a price to just not jump on and purchase. And next thing I knew, everything blew up to like
Oh yeah. As soon as
Three-
the announcement hit, it's ridiculous.
3 to 4 times that. And I was like, well, that was a good investment then. Good for me. I don't have many of
Yes.
those with comics. I usually just buy them to read them. So like, if I open this up, it's fine, right?
Don't do it.
Well, actually, isn't there like collectors doing that? They're
There are people that buy slabs specifically and then rip them open. It's kind of like people who go out and buy like old school toys, and they'll rip them right open, just for the sake of being a toy person. They're like, this is what you're supposed to do with toys, and take all the value and be like, fuck you.
Okay, well, I mean,
I got
Listen,
the knife and the couch.
listen,
Teddy,
if
you want to go on a
you- if
rampage
you-
with me.
if you were purchasing toys like for the most part, unless it's like an exorbitantly high price, you know what I mean? But for the most part, like if you're getting them, like I totally understand, you know, going after if you go after closed ones, why bother opening it? But otherwise, like
Yeah.
if you're just gonna collect the toy and you're just looking for something in good condition, you know what? Do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh
with it.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But it sounds to me too like some people would do that because they may have a decent sized collection of such things themselves, and that helps to fucking bump up what they actually plan on holding on to sell. You know, the more open things there are and that decrease in value, the better off the things that you hold on to that maintain and increase will be.
I like that theory as well, because that just means all my stuff goes up in value when they do whatever they do.
Oh,
But
cool. So this is your fucking villain origin.
yes,
The opener.
Fanrific.
I've been attacked by heat, so now I don't have anything on the walls except for like a few little.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's getting sad up in here.
Ah,
Find something
I
to
do-
hang all your chips.
Did I tell you I picked up a boxed Optimus Prime, but it's a
Yeah, the repro.
repro, yeah. Yeah, it's totally do I have it in reachable?
You gonna open it though?
I'm thinking about it. Let me
Yeah,
grab it.
Do it.
yeah, listen
He
to this
just
guy.
left us.
Yeah.
It's because it wasn't
Open it.
reachable. That's,
Yes, open it.
yeah, exactly. Like we didn't just have a full fucking conversation about this, and Jeremy's like, you know what, I'm up for it. Do that shit. And Leah's like, I might open it, and then we have fucking Jeremy fucking like mincing like Vincent Price in the fucking bottom square. Just yes, open it, Leo. Open it. Like
I'm totally
Yes.
thinking about opening
Off
it.
to the side, he has a bunch of them.
Sure.
Actually, I'm
open it up, Leo. We want to see it.
See, I've watched people bust open their Boba Fett's and stuff. So
Toys
those,
are more fun.
I
that
sit there
way.
and just watch them, and I go, those things are so much better when they're still in the box and stuff.
is that
this
the
thing-
new one or the old one?
No, this is old. This is
Oh
original.
wow.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back, beautiful fucking card.
Oh
Like,
wow.
Still got the original. If I can get the price tag to show up. Oh, $249, I think it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I picked it up for $50. But now they've gone ridiculous. So it's like over the K marks, and it's like a pair of shoes. I can't wear them.
I have a pair
Wow.
of shoes I can't wear, but they're way too big for me. Actually, one a pair.
Good reason not to
I
wear
won
them.
a pair. Actually, brought them over because I was going to. I won a pair.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
I already have
Those
a pair.
look-
I won this. It's a size 11.
Oh, dude,
So
that's
no
my
way in hell I'm
size.
kidding. So
Are those canvas? What is that?
leather.
Ooh.
These are the concept Nike SB lobster dunks in the orange.
Oh, those are lovely.
Yeah,
Those are lovely.
All right, I have a pair in my size, so I'm gonna rock my pair.
How-
And
How'd you win it? Win them?
on an app, I got a notification about round 2. This clothing store out in New York doing like a live Excel thing. They're like, we're gonna give away a pair of lobster dunks. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. Let's watch this. And then they're like, put in your name and it'll ask you a question. I was like, I'll put in my name. We're probably not gonna get anything. And then all of a sudden, I'm on camera and they're like, answer this question. And I'm an SB collector, so of course I was able to answer the question. So yeah,
Good for you, man.
Fantastic.
Holy shit.
That's fan-freaking-tastic.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah.
So-
Even
Can I
if
ever
they
ask-
landed on me, they'd have been like, answer this question. I'd be like, just go to the next guy. I'm not even gonna bother answering it. I can tell you right now, I don't know. Just go ahead. Move on.
Yeah, unless it's easy Star Wars questions, I don't got a clue.
Does this involve pop culture? No, it's about shoes. Yep, move along. I know what I like, and that's it. Like I see it. I'm like, I like that. I want that. There's no info backed up in this area for the most part when it comes to sneakers.
Yeah.
It's a purely visual love. And I've lucked out that some of the things that I love the look of have also been incredibly comfortable. But that is key. It is absolutely key. But otherwise, if you were to ask me specific questions, I'd be like, what is they go on your feet? I don't know. Mids. No, high tops. Then I get one shot. Okay, move along.
Do either of you have the Nike Decades though? They were the Nike Decades. Now actually are more valuable on eBay and places like that because they're the ones that the Heaven's Gate members. They got this big deal for ordering a bunch of shoes in from Nike, and so they were all wearing them when they passed. In
I have a pair of SBs.
Yeah, and so they'd be covered, and then they had the Nikes showing on and the swoosh, and so people were like,
I mean,
Nike was just like, we want to avoid this, so they kind of took them off the market. So now they're a collector's item because of the fact that.
I mean, if I were Nike, I would have just kept selling them because, in all honesty, like nothing says determination and just do it like the Heaven. Thank you, everybody. That's my time.
The Kool-Aid of the inside tongue, just.
Oh, cool.
Hey, this is pretty good Kool-Aid. What? Did you put something else in this? What's in this? Have another sip, and I'll tell you. Okay. How do you feel about drinking antifreeze?
Jonestown recreation.
How do you feel about drinking antifreeze? I'm against it. Might want to rethink that stance. What?
That's my only issue trivia.
Those guys were a bunch of fucking nutter bars. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Imagine being able to hitch a fucking ride on a Comet because you fucking murked yourself wearing a tracksuit and Nikes. Like,
that's where I tried
to
fly to get on the Comet.
Disparate, crazy things just mushed into a ball of fucking wackadoo. Like, it's so. Oh my god, it's unfathomably insane.
Marshall Applewhite, the guy who was in charge, went by Doe, and his middle name was Herf. So we did a show on them a while ago, and I was like, so did they call the followers Herf Nerders? And so then I tried to make some merch for the network, and it was like one of his faces all warped out everywhere with like Herf Nerders written on it, and they were like, no, we can't run that. And so then T was the person who he did it with. So we were like we took her face and we were trying to do T's nuts because T's nuts.
My God.
This is why I got on there. You mentioned shoes and you said D's nuts. And so my brain immediately went to Heaven's Gate.
Get it? I free associate all over it. I understand. That dude, Marshall Applewhite, he looked like the fucking old man version of Pinocchio turned into a real boy. Like he had a marionette quality about him, and it was so ineffable. Like I saw still pictures of him when all of this first went down. I was like, that's not a real person, right? Like somebody that is a puppet made to look like a fellow, but there's mostly felt in like cloth, right? Because no way. And no, it turns out he was a dangerous asshole.
He was not a very good cult leader, actually.
I don't know. It seemed like he reached his end objective.
Jim Jones is a little more effective.
They may have made it to the Comet. We don't know.
Yeah, right?
Who are we to say?
You can still sign up in case you want to catch the next time around.
Oh, come on, Hale Bop. Come on, Hale Bop.
Sorry, I just squirreled you way out, but that was fun.
All right, now, hold on. Can you really still do that?
Yeah, their website is still up and functioning.
Oh god!
Oh my god.
Who was
I
so
don't
paying
think
for this?
You would think
Someone
that
has
they'd
to
be
pay to
playing
maintain.
"Swinging on a Star" by Bing Crosby on a record that was just like on a loop when they were
I love that
offing
song.
themselves. Drink up, kids.
Well, Gremlins 2 trailer dropped.
Well, not
That
Gremlins
is quite
2.
the segue.
Sorry, Secrets of the Mogwai, the full trailer.
I watched that.
Why? I watched
Because
it.
Leo made
Why?
me.
Mogwai.
Look how
I
cute Gizmo is.
I would like the 2 minutes that felt like an eternity back.
Yeah, that was kind of a
Did I get
long trailer for a cartoon, I have to say.
It was, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's an entire series, right?
Is it a series or it's a series?
Oh,
yeah.
is it?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
why.
That
Because
makes
there's
more sense.
hours
Yeah.
of footage to cull from.
Ah.
Yeah,
But
premieres
still, why?
premieres May
Because
23rd.
because Yo-Yo, it's an IP that can be milked, especially when you use it as weaponized nostalgia.
All the people that are like me that have kids, younger kids, so not my age kids will probably be like, no, not for my taste. But the people that love Gremlins and see this and they have younger kids, they're gonna be all over it.
Yeah, just look how cute Gizmo is.
I mean, look at Leo when he
I
doesn't
mean,
even have kids.
it's like lovely merchandising opportunities. I can see that. But
Merchandising.
Baby Yoda and little baby Gizmo.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
No, I can't. I don't want to. You can't make me. You're not the boss of my imagination, Leo. I do what I want.
I kind of feel
Oh,
bad for
sad.
Gizmo because he looks like he's
Oh.
trying to tell his name and the kid keeps messing up and he's just like, fine, call me Gizmo.
Oh my god, what if it's a baby Yoda with a backpack and he has Gizmo in the backpack and he's training?
There you go.
And he's riding a bike with ET in the basket going up over the moon.
Well, that's going too far.
Oh yeah, that's the fucking line, Leo.
No fucking basket.
That's where we're straining credulity at that point. Wonderful. Whoa. Hold on.
Is this on Netflix?
No need to
or
bring
something?
ET into this shit.
HBO
Oh, HBO Max. I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or Max,
Oh,
whatever the hell
Max.
they're calling it at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because when you
I
put
mean,
something
not
more,
for
you
nothing,
take
but
away.
Carrie's reference to ET actually does make sense and lines up with
I
the
was-
fucking
I
franchise
was
that you
making
were
a joke.
mentioning to begin
Oh,
with.
it does.
Because ET's aliens are part of the goddamn Senate in the Phantom Menace.
They are. Yes.
And that's coming from a guy who doesn't give a flying fuck about the extended lore of Star
Rebels.
Wars. All right? I just pay attention to
You
shit.
don't care about trade routes? Oh man.
Oh, yeah, fucking C-SPAN Intergalactica. That shit was amazing.
Riveting.
Yeah, riveting. Like, to the point where I wanted to drive a fucking railroad spike through my own head. That kind of rivet. Like, I swear to God, if I fucking hear Terrence Stamp continue to talk about this bullshit in space politics, I'm going to burn this theater to the ground. And then they showed me a pod race, and I was like, all right.
All right, not so bad.
And then I had to listen to fucking Guido, what the fucking Watto, fucking make bets over people's lives, human beings. I'm like, yeah, man, Star Wars is for kids. This is great.
Well, speaking of that,
Oh,
Young Jedi Adventures dropped.
Look at me segueing incidentally.
I know.
is that Grogu Elder? Or is that a
I think
Yoda?
that's supposed to be Yoda.
It's
Young
Yoda,
Yoda.
but he's younger with hair, a little bit more hair.
I
Got some
know.
hair.
A little bit of hair.
It looks kind of creepy. Looking.
This is before the stroke when he still spoke normally.
He looks like
Oh,
he's
what the
trying to kill
hell?
the little kid.
Oh,
There's a
Jesus,
fresh-
those teeth.
frustration of trying to teach the little kids.
You know what it is? You know what it is? He's teaching the kids, right? He's teaching them how, like the younglings and stuff. And one of them accidentally uses their force powers like to move an object, and they're not paying full attention. And it's like a pretty decent size like rock, like almost a boulder, and it almost legitimately crushes half of Yoda's skull, and that's why he ends up talking the way he does. The rest of the time is in Star Wars. It's not because of any way that his species is. It's because he wasn't paying enough attention to one kid in class one day.
Now I have to watch this show to have the origin on Yoda. God damn it.
No, you don't. You can wait until it's over and go to Google and Wikipedia. Wikipedia, I'm telling you, man. Mwah, you'll love it. It's good for what ails you. Everyone's always like, Brandon, you need to see this for Star Wars. You need to see that. I'm like, aha. No, I don't. Nay, nay, say I. To counter your point, I would like to rebut with the internet. That's it. That's my answer to you. You need to see Rebels. No, I don't. The internet. I will cheat watch everything minus the watch part. I'll just read about it. I don't care. I'll remember it to a point. And what I don't like directly relate, I'll remember in context. I'm like, oh, that's right. I remember reading about this briefly in that thing. Cliff notes are fine with me. There's so much other stuff out there. Just give me the gist. You know, I don't even. It's like The Princess Bride. Let me explain. There's no time. All right, let me sum up. Like that's what I want.
Well, I'm going with what Eric Burnham said last night. I would only have to start from season 4 of Rebels to get the gist of the whole show. So that works for me. Yeah, that's what he said. I'm like, all right. Rules.
I'm gonna go with what Brandon said and
Wikipedia.
Just go to Wikipedia and shit. Just be like, oh, I need to know this thing about Star Wars. Doot, doot, doot. Oh, look, I just learned that thing about Star Wars. Total time elapsed 7 seconds. I don't know about you guys, but if I do the math, that's a whole lot less than watching a shitload of fucking episodes of television shows. Just saying. Also, numerous books and comics. Ugh. Who has the time? I don't have time for the comic books I've been into since I was a fucking 4-year-old. I'm going to go out of my way and adopt a whole new universe on top of that. To that I say,
well, I didn't have any other news items. Did anybody have anything else?
I finally put aside all of my prejudices that you guys have been getting on me about, and I watched Renfield last night, even though Nicolas Cage is in it, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So
honestly, I got it like right when it came out. I just saw it over the weekend, and I feel like it's a movie that is far, and I'm not saying, for me personally, I'm not saying it's an excellent movie, but it's a movie that is far better than it has any right to be. It should not work. It shouldn't, but they deftly weave and then converge all of the stories and characters like to such a degree that when you finally get to the culmination, it's like, damn it, that actually it was fast paced. It didn't meander. It got you where you needed to go, where the audience needed to be at every single point, and it showed sensibly in a whacked out fashion how all of these things would come together. And man, it was enjoyable as hell. So yeah, I didn't think it was going to be terrible, but I didn't expect it to be like more than decent. And I'm pleased to see that you enjoyed it as well. You know, I didn't know that you had like a bias against Nicolas Cage.
Oh yes.
Can't stand him. Oh, him, John Travolta, Jim Carrey, and Baywatch guy, Hasselhoff. They all just give me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know. It just
Hasselhoff. I'll agree with you on that. Guy's kind of weird and creepy and just.
All right, so we got Nick Cage, Jim Carrey, and who else?
John Travolta.
David Hasselhoff and John Travolta. There's some just I don't know if it's just
Sandy.
a specific type of masculine thing with them or what it is, but they make my skin crawl.
Well, it's funny because like
Yeah,
two of
I
those
don't know.
guys up until recently were still fucking wearing wigs in public.
Mm.
Did you see Hasselhoff in Goldberg's?
No.
I required that I watched the Goldbergs. So.
Yeah, how long ago was that? Because I stopped watching that a couple of years ago.
It was the last season.
Oh yeah, I definitely did see that.
Oh my god, it was.
Yeah.
So you know how they bring back like stars from the 80s, but they're playing like different characters. Like Anthony Michael Hall's playing a teacher.
Yep.
So they bring what the fuck's his name? I just forgot.
David Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff.
Yep. And he's supposed to be playing him as in Hasselhoff in the 80s. But he's like his current old self, and he has.
But he had like a mullet wig and shit.
I think so, yeah. And
Knight Rider.
Was it Knight Rider? Yes, yeah, it was Knight Rider.
Yeah, you bet your sweet
I've been
Biffy in the 80s it was Knight Rider.
Yeah, I was thinking Baywatch, but Baywatch
Mr. Feeney.
What are we doing today? Hurry up! I still have to go home.
Didn't
and
Mr.
grade
Feeney
Eric's homework.
turn like 90 or something like that?
What was that?
The actor who played Mr. Feeney.
William Daniels.
Yeah, didn't he just recently turn 90?
Really?
Just double check.
Yeah, he did. He did. You're right. He did.
Wow.
I saw something about that. Yeah. His wife is an actress too.
96.
96.
No
God.
shit.
It's like Hume
I
Cronin
thought
and
he
Jessica
was still
Tandy.
I thought he was still doing taunts and stuff at just a few years ago.
Yeah,
He was.
he was with the cast from Boy Meets World.
No shit.
That's fucking futz.
Yeah. When I
Oh,
get to that age,
somebody
if
in-
I'm not pooping myself, just leave me alone. If I am pooping myself, leave me alone too.
Just real quick, because I know none of you care, but Goldberg's did end. Its finale was last week.
Oh,
How did it
Yeah.
end? With the
Credits.
credits?
with the credits. Oh shit! Did we just said it?
Damn,
Nice.
Actually, it was pretty good. It was a Back to the Future episode. He ended up.
They hadn't done that already?
They did, but he needs to drive somewhere fast, and his grandfather gives him the DeLorean that's just been sitting in the garage.
That's just been sitting in the garage.
Yeah. He says his son gave him this old car, his old clunker, and he whips the tarp off, and it's the DeLorean.
My God.
And they woke up and it was all just a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, speaking about Adam Goldberg, he's one of the producers on the Muppets Mayhem series that just dropped on Disney Plus today.
Oh, that dropped today.
Dropped today, yeah.
I
I was surprised myself. I watched the first episode this evening. It was pretty good. I mean, it's pretty standard for a Muppets type deal.
That's all I'm hoping for.
You have your human main character, and then the Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem stuff goes on. It's kind of funny. Like, they're super popular. One of the conceits is, this isn't really giving anything away because I only watched the first episode anyway. But they've been popular since they were the house band for the Muppet Show, and they've been on tour ever since. That's the thing. They've never stopped being on tour. So they've never made a single fucking album, but they have like
8 million
innumerable fans. And it's a fucking riot to me, especially because like it opens up on them singing I Want to Rock and Roll All Night by Kiss. And I'm like, so their concerts are them performing songs by other bands? I mean, is it any wonder that they're just touring and not recording an album? But I mean, they do like get to original songs, what have you, which it turns out, as I was watching the credits, the songs were all written by Linda Perry for the series. if you're not familiar, Linda Perry was the front woman for the 90s band Four Non Blondes. They had a hit, What's
going on?
What's up?
What's Up is
It's
actually
called
the name of the
What's
song.
Up.
But the
My mom
chorus
can
is
sing
What's
that.
Going On. I can almost sing it for Christ's sake. I mean, Linda Perry.
But the up
goes
and
deep.
down is but then
it's
she
Cher-esque. But it's a great song. It really is. But very 90s, very much so.
Hey, yeah.
And but I mean, she's been writing songs for a while, like for other like artists, pop artists, rock artists, stuff like that. Like she wrote the Pink song, what is it? Get This Party Started or whatever it is.
Is that the Bananas one?
No, that's
No.
Gwen Stefani.
No, that's
not Gwen Stefani. Oh.
Bananas.
What?
Holler back,
yeah.
girl.
Oh, Holla
Holla
Back
Back.
Girl.
Holla
Jesus
Back
Christ, the
Girl.
Bananas song. Woo! Yikes. Get the Party Started by Pink. Linda Perry wrote that. And, she's kind of found her niche in the music industry. She stopped performing as much and hangs back and actually creates music now, which is kind of cool. I dig that. She was married to like Sarah Gilbert for a while from Roseanne.
Really?
Yep.
Did not
They
know that.
had a kid, maybe two. But yeah. And I think she's actually originally from Massachusetts. Pretty sure. Now I'm gonna look it up. But yeah, I'm fairly certain.
Springfield.
Oh,
Thank you.
my way.
Yeah. So from like one of the nice parts of Massachusetts. Springfield.
If you say so.
I mean, I say so, but my tongue was planted firmly in my cheek. You can tell by my tone of voice. Comes back around, kids. It's kind of crazy. The older Linda Perry gets, the more she starts to look like, Steven Tyler. It's kind of nuts.
well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, because, not too unfortunate, because Steven Tyler looks like he's an old
Gorgeous woman.
Yeah, just the woman who's just spent a little bit too much time in the sun. That's really,
Oh, I think I got a picture of Steven Tyler. Let me bring it up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just keeps one randomly.
Oh.
Why? Why did you do that? Why?
Let the heat flow through you. My goodness gracious. Yeah.
This
So
is brand.
It's Frankenstein's. Okay. But yeah, so I get there's some stuff coming out, and looks like they're kind of hitting on the nostalgia train for certain things, or as I like to call it, weaponized nostalgia. I don't know how I feel about some of this stuff, like Gremlins.
I
feel like didn't we finish saying everything we needed to say with the new batch?
At least it's a cartoon and not another movie. That's the only thing I can.
Listen, I got to watch Gremlins ruin the theater-going experience of Hulk Hogan. I feel like I've seen peak Gremlins at this point. Like, where do you go from there? It's all downhill.
Oh, they do. You need to do some children's show mashups where you could have like Gremlins meet My Little Pony and Blue's Clues, and just have them keep going through. But don't feed him after midnight. Oh no!
Watch out for bright lights.
Applejack, what did you do? Whatever, I don't know the names.
Oh my god,
that could be fun. Just shredding through the universe. And then
no, the show looks like
coming
it
back.
takes place. It takes place like centuries back, right? Like
It looks like it's a prequel. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So my guess, just putting it out there, is that the animated series they're doing there, it's going to allude probably by the end of it that where Gizmo ends up by the time he's purchased as a gift for Billy.
It's just a toy.
Yeah, that stupid dude did not take that old man seriously whatsoever. Like, I don't know about you guys and gals, but like for me personally, if I walked into an old shop run by a very old man with a milky eye and a long pipe, and I don't care if it's in fucking Chinatown or you're in fucking Charlestown in Boston, right? I walk in and there's a guy who's just like speaking in a weirdly cryptic way. And then there's a creature that I've never fucking seen before in essentially a wicker basket. And he tells me all these fucking rules about what you can and cannot do, but especially cannot do with this never before seen thing. I'd be like, yeah, you know what? On second thought, I'm just
A card will do.
I'm gonna get my kid that
Yeah.
PlayStation 5. Never mind.
Carnivore.
Thanks, man.
I forgot. Thing eats meat.
I've always gotten confused on the okay, with the midnight rule, how does it work on time zones, and when can you start feeding them again? If you're down.
God damn, it's 12 o'clock. It's after midnight in Tokyo.
I always figured
Shit,
like my view of it, just especially because of the implication of how the father purchased the Mogwai, all right, purchased Gizmo. There was obviously a mystical aspect to the creature. So insofar as the time zone thing, I feel like that answers itself. Like it would be the time zone of wherever the creature happened to be at any point in time. And then it would probably I would say logically would be sun up. Once the sun has come up, then you could feed them again. And what's that, Leo?
I mean, technically, the sun's always up. Just like...
But does it
once again? It sticks with the area where they currently are.
I know. I just
up
had
in the Arctic where it's like.
Well, then you don't want that to fucking happen, Jeremy.
But what about daylight saving?
There's your Gremlins 3. Fucking Gremlins meets John Carpenter's The Thing.
30 days.
When we go to Laughlin,
30 days of night.
Go to Laughlin. I'm in Bullhead City. We go back and forth, and it's like time zone, different time zone. Then
or daylight savings.
Daylight time.
Yeah.
Again, you guys are missing 30 days of night.
I love that movie. Okay.
It's such an awesome movie, but imagine a gremlin in that situation.
That would be fun.
Merry Christmas. Here you go, Billy. I got you a gift. Did you drink my Christmas money again, Pops? Shut up and enjoy your stupid Mogwai. Here, I got it off a Chinese guy in Chinatown.
Yeah, I mean, not to let it get wet, but this is dry gin.
He said dry clean only, and then make sure you don't eat it. You don't eat it. Yeah, just don't eat it. That's what he said. Here you go. Yeah, why do you smell like Bushmills? Shut up and go to bed with your talking pillow. Leave me the fuck alone, kid. Merry Christmas. There's a frozen TV dinner for you in the freezer too, if you want.
It's a very sad Christmas this year.
Realistic 1980s Gremlins Christmas.
Or the remake will get
like, I wanted an Atari, but whatever.
Oh, the Breakfast Club meets Gremlins. There you go. Smoke them up, Johnny.
Did I see Breakfast Club was getting a remake?
No, come on.
Please no.
Come on.
It's a classic and does not need to be done. Like, yeah. I mean, I know there's a million other movies that we've said this for.
One John Hughes movie that I'm not saying they should remake, but if they were to remake it, I would understand because it could be updated well enough, and if you had the right people like making it, it could be pretty good. Would be Weird Science.
Weird Science.
I feel like that one would probably be the one that could be updated to like the modern era the quote easiest. But otherwise,
Can't touch Ferris Bueller, especially
yeah,
when they
I
do it in
mean,
Chicago.
Ferris Bueller, Breakfast Club, 16 Candles.
Pretty in Pink.
What was that?
Pretty in Pink.
Pretty in Pink. Yeah, I'm sorry. I always forget about Pretty in Pink because I'm just so fucking mad that she didn't pick Ducky at the end of that movie.
Was Better Off Dead his as well?
No,
No.
oh my god, I love Better Off Dead though. Savage Steve Holland.
Yeah, that's along with
Okay.
like the 3 o'clock or not 3 o'clock high.
One Crazy Summer.
Yeah, One Crazy Summer, and those are great movies.
He also Savage Steve Holland, he created the children's cartoon Eek the Cat.
Oh, really?
I love that. I love
Yeah,
that.
if you look at the animations that take place in One Crazy Summer and Better Off Dead and think about Eek the Cat, very similar. He also used to animate the Whammy.
Oh, no
Uh,
shit.
Yeah, that was Savage Steve Holland.
Nice.
Yeah, and I
whammy,
found this
no
out
whammy, no
recently. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop. And I also found out recently that I was a fan of the Encyclopedia Brown short series they did on HBO
Oh,
in
yeah.
like 1989 or 88. And I just recently found out that Savage Steve Holland directed every single episode of that show. I had no idea. And I had actually, as a young kid, seen Better Off Dead several times at my grandmother's house because my uncles lived there and they were only 10 and 12 years older than me. So, like, they were teenagers watching this shit when I would go over there. So, of course, like, they would laugh and everything. So I'd be like, yeah, I think it's funny too. And then eventually I did actually start to realize why it was funny. But I had a deep and abiding affinity for that movie growing up, and not very many other people I knew had seen it. And funny enough, 3 o'clock high was another one of those that I saw right around the same time pretty consistently whenever I went over to my grandmother's in JP. That is a fantastic movie.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
One by pencil.
That would be an interesting one to see updated, but like that, it was such a it was
They
so
could
much
totally do it with the whole bully kind of.
but in the presumption too, like of Jerry.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the director wanted to make it so much darker, and Steven Spielberg actually like pulled his name off of the project because it wasn't like the feel good sunshiny teenage type comedy that he was used to making and wanted to make. Like, this isn't like the next stage in the Goonies. Like, yes, Steve, you fucking hired a guy who like he was like, yeah, I'm a big fan of Scorsese. You're like, yeah, all right, well, we get it. Like, I see the style here. So what's your favorite movie? Dog Day Afternoon. Yeah, that tracks. I get it. Sidney Lumet, eh? All right, yeah. Steve, maybe you shouldn't have hired this guy to direct the movie. And I don't believe that the guy who directed 3 O'Clock High ever directed anything after that. I think he stopped because the experience ended up being not that fulfilling for him at the end because there was so much opposition to what the final product was, which saddens me because I fucking love that flick.
Yeah.
Don't fuck this up, Mitchell. Yeah, I mean everybody's remaking everything and sequelizing everything. Might as well start fucking up everything we love, right?
Sounds about right.
When you were initially talking about the Breakfast Club, this was something one of my friends on Facebook brought up, and I'm sure this is not an original idea, but it was the first time I'd heard of it when they were talking about what all the different characters say, why they're there. And Ali Sheedy's character just like, I have nothing better to do. So she just shows up for weekend detention. And then they were like, what if she shows up for every detention and goes through this kind of thing every single week with people? And just whoever is assigned detention that week, because that's her life. And it's the one thing she enjoys out of it. And the only way she has social interaction.
So like the next week, the next Saturday, she's going to be right back there with her baggy sweater and mussed up hair and just like not having showered for like the rest of the week since the Sunday after the last week
for her.
and she's like, I'm gonna make a new group of friends this week, maybe. It sounds
That
like
could
the
be
beginning
kind
of
of
a.
fun.
Sounds like a fucking Hannibal-esque type thing.
Well, and
this
what's
is
his
how
name would be there because he lives in detention. But
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, so you know what?
He
She
eventually
couldn't.
catches on.
Yeah, I was gonna say she couldn't do it because Bender would fucking be like, "Yo, what the
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
is this?"
Hold on.
I think
Hold
he'd
on,
put
what?
up with it.
What if she's dead and she's in limbo, and that's like, she's just bouncing from like detention to detention.
Getting makeovers.
I think
So this
you're
will
watching
be
too
her
much
last.
fucking Discovery Channel, Leo. That's what I think. What if she's a ghost? What if this wasn't an episode of Scooby Doo?
I'm fighting the urge to bring up Skinwalker Ranch right now.
Please don't.
I knew you were.
Don't fight the urge.
Jar Jar, you jump on a train yet?
No, not yet. One day I will have run out of stuff to watch.
One day.
One day.
No, but not today.
It has not happened yet.
Today is not that day, sir. Yeah.
Believe me, as much as you like it, it does interest me a little bit because you got me on the Yellowstone in 1923 and all those ones, which I enjoy immensely. Which was kind of confusing for me. They definitely don't seem like shows I would normally watch.
Yeah.
But
Megan and I just started watching The Diplomat on Netflix. That is really good.
I'm just working on The Last of Us. Just started it.
Has anybody here checked out the show Yellow Jackets?
Yes, love it.
Dude,
Not yet.
holy flirkin'
All
schnitz.
cut up.
Well, what's it about? Because I keep on hearing about it.
It's about a girls' soccer team in 1996 that are going to compete in like the nationals, and they're taking like a nice charter plane to, is it Alaska? Is that where it is, or something like that? Because
I
they're
don't
flying
know
over the
exactly where
Rockies.
they're headed to. All I know is it's some championship.
Yeah, and they're
And
going over
it's-
the Canadian Rockies, and the fucking plane shits out, and they crash in the middle of nowhere in the Canadian Rockies, and lots of people die. It's like what, September maybe,
Yeah,
which I don't understand.
early fall, I would say, probably up in that
Yeah,
area.
because it's like, how are you going to this championship this early in your school year? But whatever. But the thing is, they get stuck there, and people die horribly, and like initially, and then other shit happens. But it bounces back and forth between when they were kids, teenagers, in this horrible situation, to at least some of them as adults who somehow made it out of there and they are living their lives. And you just go back and forth, and you see how things affect how they are now, and how some of them have always been the same kind of person. The adults are played primarily in the first season by Melanie Linsky, the New Zealand actress. She's been in a lot of stuff. She played Rose on 2.5 Men for years.
She a clone?
What's that?
She a clone?
A clone?
New Zealand.
She's a New
Oh,
Zealand.
yeah. She's a fucking Jango Fett clone. I'm from New Zealand. She actually does a really good American accent. I will
does.
absolutely give her that. You wouldn't know unless you like read up or saw her in like Heavenly Creatures or something. But then one of the other characters is played by Tawny Cypress, who played Simone Devereaux in the first season of Heroes. She dated the heroin addicted artist Isaac, who could see into the future and paint like his visions. And then Christina Ricci plays one of the grown up versions of the girls who was on the in the woods. It's fucking great and crazy. It's like Lord of the
It's
Lord of the
yeah,
Flies combined with Alive with a smattering of Lost.
yeah. There's even a slight supernatural feel to it.
That's
Like
why I
not
said smattering of
yeah,
Lost.
yeah,
There's yeah, a little bit of some seemingly supernatural intrigue.
yeah,
Uh yeah, and it's I we just caught up with the most recent episode in the second season. It just came back on May 5th. We managed to get right up to that point, and
yeah.
boom, as soon as it premiered, we were on it. So now we're week to week, which is like fucking torture.
Yep.
But there's some really great and really horrible and horrific stuff that happens in this series, and also some really goofy shit too. Not campy. It doesn't take you out of it. It's sort of mundanity, real world. This is just too funny to not laugh at kind of stuff.
Yeah, and
Um,
definitely a lot of 90s nostalgia.
oh
Like
yeah, for sure.
tons the music, the whole soundtrack is all 90s.
All 90s. I believe Alanis Morissette
Oh yeah.
composed the opening song, which the show doesn't have a proper opening credits sequence until like episode 3. Up until that point, it just kind of like starts, and that's that. But yeah, lots of 90s music. Like holy crap! If you're into that, then you are in for a treat.
Yes. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
I can't recommend enough. You'd probably dig it, Kari. Like you dig
Oh yeah, everything
you dig
sounds.
horror. Yeah,
Yeah.
I honestly like. I kind of like the fact that it was created especially because of Lord of the Flies. One of the two creators of the show, I can't remember her name. It's her and a guy. I can't remember who either one of them are. They're new to me. I'll know them inside of a year, I'm sure. But they she said that when she was younger, she read a quote from William Golding, who wrote Lord of the Flies, and he basically said like, oh, this happened on this island because it was a group of like teenage boys. This would never happen if it were women. And his statement is intended to be a compliment, saying like women are far more civilized than men. That kind of stuff wouldn't go down. And she kind of was like, fuck that shit. Like women are terrible too. and like to her power, like to give power to what she said, like she it really stuck in her craw, and she was like, no, I really want to explore this. And the lens through which it's told, like none of it is seemingly like disingenuous. And there's some really realistic things that occur in regards to. Oh, Juliette Lewis is in Yellow Jackets. That's right. Thank you, Tom.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Juliette Lewis plays the character of Natalie. I knew there was somebody I was missing, Tom. Thank you. And oh my god, the girl that plays the younger version of her character, Natalie, they don't look alike. I will go so far as to say like the young actress, the young woman playing the younger version of Juliette Lewis's character, she is a much prettier individual than Juliette Lewis ever was.
I would say
However,
that's the oddest casting.
no, it's not though, because they sound
Oh, they
exactly
do.
alike.
The voices are like
The voice is
perfect.
fucking uncanny. It is like I honestly think because of the fact that she sounds so much like Juliette Lewis, that it's funny enough the best casting of all of them. Although it is interesting, I learned that the young woman that plays the young version of Melanie Linsky's character, she actually dyed her hair brunette
Oh,
and wears brown contacts in order to match more closely what Melanie Linsky looks like.
well, they did very well doing that
Yep.
because, like, good lord.
And the woman Tawny Cypress, who plays Thaisa, the older actress, she has beautiful piercing green eyes. She's a statuesque black woman.
Her story
And
is fucking crazy, by
oh,
the
it's
way.
fucking nuts too. I know. But her eyes, like they're just fucking beautifully green and piercing. She wears brown contacts, so she looks more like the young actress playing her, like playing the same character. And it's effective enough to a point. Like there's something about colored contacts like that, though. You can always kind of tell when
Yeah.
it's not quite right, because the brown, when light hits her a certain way, it has more of like a reddish tint to it. It's just like when you put blue contacts on somebody who has like dark brown eyes, like Brandon Routh in Superman Returns. Like that just doesn't look correct, sir. There's something off about that. But yeah, like the lengths they go to really make sure that there's connectivity in the story overall. Holy hell. Like I legitimately have no idea where this story is going to
No,
go.
it's some weeks I even sit there and I'm just like, my God, this has gone off the rails. I don't know if I can.
And then
it-
they boomerang
Yeah.
it and you're like, oh shit, they God damn it. Yeah. I will
Yep.
say,
Okay.
I called a certain thing and my wife was just like, no, it's gonna be this. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think that at all. I thought it was this. And then it ended up being that, and I was like, you can mark that on the board. That's one for
Where's the showing now? What's it on?
Showtime?
It's on Showtime, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you're super nice to Leo,
Yeah, it's already there.
oh, Puther,
Okay. Yeah, I was
yeah.
bookmarking.
wonderful.
So
First season.
First season. Okay, well, why don't you get on what's fucking
Yeah.
happened on the second season now, Leo?
Yeah, we're already
Fucking
up to like
slacker.
episode 6 or 7.
I kept hearing about that, and it made me think of Yellow Hornets for some reason.
Well, you know what the funny
It's
thing,
like-
Kari, for me is that I found Yellow Jackets because I listened to fucking Sir Babylon / Oak Island enthusiast right here, and he had been talking about Yellowstone, and I was just like, I heard all kinds of frontier babble, and I was like, okay, blah blah blah. But I was like Yellowstone, and he and whoever else was talking about it, they're like, oh, it's so great, it's so great, it's so great. And in my tired brain, like the next day, I was like, what the fuck was the name of that show they were talking about? And I typed in Yellow, and then Yellow Jackets popped up, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a show, and that has people in it. Yeah, it's gotta be. Yeah, that's the one. And so I like put it on my list. And I was saying to Dad, I was like, yeah, Leo, I think recommended this. And then as time went on, I'm like, no, Leo did not fucking recommend this. He was talking about that stupid fucking ranching show. And
These are not cowboys.
And this is a show with like a gaggle of talented actresses in it, which I'm far more intrigued by now because I've been staring at it on my list. And we finally got to a point where we caught up with all the other stuff we said we were going to watch before we watched it. And as soon as we finished like the first episode, I was like, I feel like we may have fucked up by waiting to watch this show. It was that goddamn good, and it's been consistent. I really need them to end strong on this. They better not. We got to go back to the island me on this shit. I swear to Christ. I will burn the Canadian Rockies to the ground.
I swear to Christ. Yeah, if they're all dead already.
I said that. I was like, they were dead the whole time, and they actually have to go back to the island. And at one point, Dara's like, "What do you think that was?" I was like, "Honestly, it was probably the smoke monster."
And
she was like, "Oh, who do you think? Who do you think that skeleton belonged to?" I was like, "Obviously, Jacob. Come on."
And you haven't gone back to Yellowstone, or I haven't gone to Yellowstone.
No, I haven't gone to it because I don't care about.
So good.
Any of that stuff, man. Listen, I think I've not disparaged Yellowstone. You know, that's great that you and lots of other people out there like it so much that they've made like 17 fucking shows out of it now. But
Yeah, I was confused by
if there's
liking
anything
it.
I'm watching with Harrison Ford in it as a show right now, it's gonna be Shrinking.
Shrinking was really good. Yeah.
It was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Are you on the American Ghosts yet?
Who?
What? Who? What? What's American Ghost? I mean, I feel like I know what you
The
mean.
American
separately.
version of Ghosts.
Oh.
I've been watching it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I watch it like each week, dude. I fucking love it. It's great.
I just realized it was back, and we started watching it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because one of the most recent episodes, they had one of the ghosts there. She's like a teenager who was killed.
Yeah, with the chainsaw, right?
Yeah, drunk after prom, kind of, yeah. And so she's just like, a moody, hormonal teenager who's like, oh, I got killed on prom night. I didn't even get to go to prom, and I'm stuck here with you losers. I didn't realize at the time because the movie had not come out yet, but she is the protagonist / final girl, I guess, from the most recent Hellraiser movie that was made for Hulu. Odessa something or another. But yeah, we were watching the episode because it's the second time she's appeared on the series, and we're watching. I was like, why the hell does this girl look so familiar to me? And I was racking my brain. I just could not come up with it. So I finally buckled like a belt, and I went to IMDb. And as soon as I look at her, I was like, what the hell? I see Hellraiser. I was like, fuck you, dude. And sure enough, yeah, that young actress, she really needs to start showing up in more things because those characters could not be more different from one another. And she played them so well that I couldn't even recognize her as the two different characters.
I'm actually really interested in checking out that new Hellraiser. It looks really good.
I really enjoyed it, man. Yeah, it's solid, more than solid. I thought it made a lot of sense for what the story of the Hellbound Heart is supposed to be.
I'm ridiculously obsessed with it, and it was great. Well, with Hellraiser,
and it takes place in Massachusetts.
Hey,
yeah, nothing like that shit taking place where the Pilgrims landed. Granted, it's like on the literal other side of the state, but still, it's like on the border of New York and Connecticut.
It's the only toy that I can bring forth and play with.
Ah, yes.
You shouldn't play with your box on TV.
I need to figure out how to get just like a gift to pop over. Just have chains. My screen just drips in blood every time.
Well, on that note, we should wrap things up. I have an early morning. Yeah.
Most mornings are early.
Damn it, Jeremy!
Oh God, fuck Brandon. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's two for two.
No, I have meetings all tomorrow, so it's
those
be
are always fun.
I know. Yeah, I got to give 2 presentations tomorrow, so it's double fun. Yeah.
You know what I like to do when I have presentations is absolutely no preparation whatsoever, and then I just shoot from the hip.
That's me right now.
38% of the time, it works every time. When it works, man, it's fucking great, and when it doesn't work, you end up on a lot of pips with your boss. A lot of personal improvement plans. What's our goal this month? Not to fuck around and perform my duties as they are written. And what do we also call that, Brandon? My job.
Well, on that note, I want to thank everybody for watching. You know me. Just Google me. You'll find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not. But I run Dorkening Podcast Network. You just head on over to thedorkening.com. You can learn more there. I do this show with these fine people. Also, you can find me on some other shows that Brandon will talk about. I do Still Token With. Also on Wednesdays. We do Splash Pages on Tuesday. And I'll let Brandon talk about the other two.
Yeah, the first podcast that you can find Leo on, it's one he does solo. It's called "Will This Fit in My Rectum?" It's
It's an audio experience. I'm just saying.
it's total ASMR, or as he likes to call it on the show, ASMR. It's a double meaning. You'll get it when you listen to it. Check it out. Spotify. Mwah. No. Two podcasts that Leo does with me and our good friend Justin Cooper, who also does Epic Tales from the Source. Is the first one is the Dork Night, in which we discuss and dissect all things Batman. It's three nerds, two of whom absolutely love Batman and everything Batman is about, and then the third person is me. Then we have a second podcast in which we discuss Elseworlds and what ifs, all types of alternate realities and different versions of characters, called Comics Paradox. We're covering a gauntlet of these types of stories, and not just those what ifs and Elseworlds proper, but also stuff like Age of Apocalypse or Amalgam Comics, which we've mentioned a couple of times in other things recently. And if you aside from that, you want to check me out on social media, come on over. I'm on Twitter at Brandon's Powers, Instagram at this Brandon Has Powers. Comics Paradox Podcast is also there at Comics Paradox Podcast on Instagram. And if you feel so inclined, please come over to Facebook and check out Powers Combined. It's a group of geeks and nerds that just like to get together, share news, meme, infos, good laughs, and good times to be had by all. Number one rule there is don't be a jerk. If you violate that, we will boot you immediately. And all of those fantastic podcasts you can find anywhere fine podcasts are broadcast.
Woohoo! Yo.
God, mine's gonna sound super like lame comparatively. Hi, I'm Yossarian. You can find me at Yo Saint Laurent on Instagram. That's it.
Love it. Jar Jar.
Hey, I'm Jeremy Courtney on Facebook. Check out Comic Book Lovers Buy, Sell, Trade, and Auction House on Facebook. And you can buy, sell, trade, and auction all your geek stuff with 20,000 other people. Every Tuesday, I'm with Leo on Splash Pages at 8 o'clock on Facebook, but you can find it on all those other places. And here every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. And I think that's it.
Okay. Kari.
Hey, you can find me at Kari Sanders on Facebook. My avatar is a crow. If you find that, you can access everything else. I have author pages, different networks and stuff. And every Sunday, I will be on the PBDC network under our Owlite brand, where we do storytelling podcasts. And you got to come this Sunday because we are going to be bringing on an unwrapping session with Mr. Steve Van Sampson and Derek Rook. Steve from here on the Dorkening at Retro Octopus, his latest book, Black Honey and Other Unsavory Things. We're going to be opening it up. I got the Ultimate Edition. There's so much extra merch, and there's even like a hot sauce that they had custom made for the book. So yeah, come see that on Sunday, and love you.
Very cool. Catch you guys later. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.